Anhinga, seen. I was not, in my head, I was not actually going to come here this morning as of when I started planning it yesterday, and I was looking around at everything that was around here. In my head, it was simply, I'm going to go to somewhere different. I honestly feel like I'm in a bit of a slump. Shush, I'm talking. I've been doing a lot of going back over the old photos with everything because I'm working on a website redesign, change, whole thing. We'll get into it later at some other point when we need to. But basically, I've been looking through all my old photos of birds and seeing what I've identified and marking it as such and kind of rebuilding a catalog of what I've done. And I feel like the last 6 months or so, I don't have anything. Music. Yeah, just, I don't know. Nothing hugely noteworthy has happened. I don't feel like I've got any fantastic pictures or anything. This is exciting. This is really cool. I'm glad I came out and saw the Anhinga while it was here. I did my best to take some pictures and some video. Even though I didn't have a tripod, I just put the camera on the monopod. I didn't bring the video setup or anything, but it was here today, which is great. But I looked on the map and I picked a spot based on, over the last month or so, I've been on a few different bird watching group activities, and I have spoken with experts for all of this and are very knowledgeable, which is fantastic. And they told me about a few places. One of the places they told me to go to is 0.8 of a mile up the road, as a matter of fact. I think I can just go ahead and put you right on here. And we could just go. How about that? Is that straight enough? Good enough. It's not like this is some great big secret or anything either. First of all, this place has been tagged more times than I've ever seen anything else. Looking on the bird app. Is there somebody coming? No. Okay. And you can see what the cars have done to the ground there. But it's what it is. You can see once in a lifetime opportunity probably for people of Colorado in the Boulder area to see an Anhinga. It was seen as of yesterday, so I went, okay. But it was also because I was looking, and one of the places I've now been recommended twice was up here. I've got a list of probably like 7 places, I think, at this point. And I don't remember if I've talked about it, but the bird watching stuff has gone really well in a group with these people. One of them was, the first one was more casual, of like, just, friendly, go around here is more an excuse to chat, and that's fine. That was fun still. I really enjoyed that. And I still picked up a few things from the person who was, more of the most experienced person there, which I tend to, so far, it's been go, find the person, stick near them, listen to everything they're saying. And the second one we went to was actually a guided tour by an ornithologist who is, professional in this and does it. And she had tons of information, and she stayed to talk to me specifically, and like we talked after the whole group for a few minutes, and she gave me several places to go and told me what to look for, and I explained more of what I'm actually doing, going out, doing, I guess, park here, park over, all right, hold on, let's see here. Private drive, but that says it's the, okay, so I do need to turn around, because this is private, if that's the parking space. and then the trail is somewhere over there. So let's turn around here where it says no parking, and we won't be. We'll just turn around and actually go use the parking there. Anyway, this place was recommended, and then again, when we came out last time, not the very last time, where I just did a quick little thing hoping to see said Anhinga, which is now there, which is great. I guess people just park in a circle here. Nobody's here, so I'll pull up to be the first spot here, I guess. Yeah, no parking after 5 or until 5 a.m. Good. That'll do. Anyway, this place was recommended, like I said, as a spot where I could come to and walk the trail here. It clearly goes through someone's property. There's just straight up a house there, which is going to be interesting, but that's fine. I think this was the one where there might be mountain bluebirds if there are still boxes up, like houses for them. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know 100%, but I'm going to walk the trail. I'm going to figure that out. It was also recommended the last time we came out and did photography, and I talked to a guy for like an hour, and he gave me a ton of places that I could go to see a bunch of different things. And I wound up cross-referencing both of those lists and went, oh, this one is one of the places. And then I looked on the map and went, okay, I can go. I know where this is. I have driven past it multiple times trying to see the Anhinga. Well, I guess I'll stop by there real quick in the morning on my way to here. And now that I've seen that and I can confirm Anhinga is spotted, I'm gonna go do some bird watching here. Something just landed right there. Finch, I believe. Legitimately, not just the fact that my sister calls everything a finch, so it's become a bit of a joke. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that. Yay, Anhinga. The Anhinga. Long, slim neck helps to distinguish Anhingas from cormorants. They often swim submerged to the neck with the sharply pointed bill used to spear fish. So that's cool. This is a big open space, as the name entails, because it is called an open space. Saw a lot right at the beginning, because there's a bunch of trees right around here, and then didn't see a lot for quite a while. It's unfortunate. Big open space, not so big open birds, but we definitely saw 2 for sure. I saw Say's Phoebe as we were walking out, which is a beautiful bird that I really want to get a nice photo of. We have identified before, now that it's all kind of fresh and I'm thinking of all the ones that I've been going back over the photos and identifying, which actually was an interesting process of, now I went through everything since this beginning in 2018, and there was plenty of, oh, this is what I thought it was, and it wasn't. And there was also probably an equal amount of, oh, I thought it was this, and it wasn't. So I think I think the total number of birds, I don't think I've hit 150. Somewhere in the like 140-ish range if I'm close around there. But we definitely got to add 1 today, the Anhinga. I'm gonna go check it out again. It's a lot brighter now. It was kind of, dark this morning at sunrise. Literally right there at the sunrise. So I'm going to take another trip right over there. Hopefully it's still in the same spot. If so, maybe I'll get some nicer pictures. We're currently under cloud cover, so I do want to head that way, but there we go. That was basically, there was one point where sunflowers where I saw something that could have just been finch, and it might have been something else, maybe a warbler. Not entirely sure. Find out when I get back home and edit the photos. There'll definitely be something to look at on Patreon this week when I sit down with the book and the photos and do the identification process, which is something I record. And are you kidding me? Is that a bluebird? I don't think so. I was hoping. I thought that's what. Maybe I got the list of places wrong, but I thought this was one of the places that had the mountain bluebird boxes. And if it was, it's entirely possible that it's on the other side of the trail, because this goes way over that way, or it also splits off in a few different directions. I think there are a couple different places you can access it. So I'll be back here for sure. This is a gorgeous area in the winter when the smog isn't so much, I think, is how that's going to work. And you can see snow all over the mountains. This is going to be a very nice place to come and see the mountain range. It's going to be gorgeous. So I'll definitely be back here for sure, and I might try coming to the other couple places where you can park and walk the trail from there. Maybe there are mountain bluebird boxes, or just bluebird boxes, or bird houses of some kind, but they're just not at this spot coming from here. I don't know. I'm going to go see if I can find the Anhinga again, and if so, cool, and if not, cool. I swear, something just went by that was blue, but I couldn't tell what it was. It may have been a jay. It may have been a bunting. There's a couple of blue buntings. We saw one not that long ago on one of the bird watching groups, and I saw it for just a second through the binoculars, but it was an indigo bunting, I believe, confirmed for sure. Very cool. Not everybody saw it, so it was kind of contested, which I understand, but I definitely did, and I went, ooh, that's cool. I'm adding that to my list of things that I have seen. And I maybe have a picture of one, but it's weird. It's not a confirmed immediate, like, yes, this is what it is. It's more like, maybe, but I don't think so exactly. I don't entirely know. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I'm going now to see stuff. What is that? Don't I have binoculars in here? No, I literally brought my other pair. Maybe I'm getting back out of the car again. Apparently, if I'm going to come back here, staying right here by the parking lot is a good place to see all these birds. There's something right over there that was a bit yellow that I think is a kingbird. And did it stay landed on that? Nope, it's gone. Ah, well. All right, that's it for today. Fun time, good stuff. Maybe I'll see a little bit more, maybe not. We'll figure out what I'm going to do. I'll probably, the next few trips out for the rest of the summer, I don't know, will be, if I follow all of the places that I now have to go to, I'll be doing photography at all of them. So probably more of this for a time until I get back to video. I don't know, I hope I got a good shot today. I want to end that slump. Not really, but I just don't feel like I've gotten anything that I'm super happy with recently. That's what I was talking about earlier, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go. Anhinga, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. Well, I don't know. It's definitely not out on the water like it was. It's not on its perch like it usually is. It may have just flown overhead. I definitely saw something shaped very much like it, but as we just read in the book, it is often confused with cormorants because they're very similar shapes. And it definitely just took off from this pond over here and went all the way around there. And I looked with the binoculars the whole time, but I could not tell whether or not it had a curve at the end of the beak or if that was it. But it went over to that side of the road where, you can't see anything. You can't get over to that side. At least there's a clearing here, where you can kind of pull over and look for it, but it's okay. Maybe we'll come back at some point. I've at least seen it. I'm happy about that. That was the thing I wanted to do. I have seen it. I've taken pictures. I hope they came out okay. Not the best of sunlight. It might be kind of dark, but we'll do what we can in editing, and hopefully it'll be fine. Either way, I can mark it on the list as I have seen an Anhinga, and I didn't have to see it all along the Texas or Florida coast, which is what I was looking at. It says that's pretty much its area. Sometimes it can go all the way up to Ontario, but again, mostly around the coast. I do think that it makes sense, this one. What people are saying about it is that it probably, some of the storms that came through knocked it off course and confused it. And so that's why it would be up here in Colorado. But there we go. Good day anyway. We'll see what we can find out next time. Bye, buddy.